What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Avalanche. Let's talk Avalanche. Avalanche is one of the strongest projects in the space. It's a good, strong layer one. And I want to go through why I think they can get back to its previous highs and, run through the litany of people that have invested in Avalanche in the early rounds as well. Because, you know, this many VCs jumping in, usually a good sign as well. Um, and I'll justify why I think these can do this run. Before I get into it, though, if you're brand new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins I spoke about when I made this channel, and the first 26 coins I owned when I made the channel. Had you just invested $100, just $100 into each of these coins when I release videos about them, and then you ignored them for 2 straight years, doing every possible thing wrong as an investor, you'd still be in profit for around 6.3k. But if you'd done the right thing, remember, buy low, sell high, you've got to some point sell. If you just sold these coins last year like I did when the markets were absolutely rocketing up, $100 into each coin, that $2,600 investment would have netted you a profit of 123k. Now, like I said, I sold these off last year. These are not what I own anymore. If you want to see the current coins that I own, you can go to copymycrypto.com. On that site, I share my portfolio. I let the members know anytime I buy or sell a coin. We have daily videos released about talking about the markets. We have tutorials set up so anyone that's brand new to crypto can get into crypto and learn about it. We also have a history of success on the site and on the channel. No one in 2020 spoke about Phantom. You're not going to find a single YouTuber that was going in 2020 Phantom is going to be a beast. I did a dead Udemy course called the best cryptocurrency investment of 2020, and it was legitimately all about Phantom. I said it would 100x. Obviously, it did way more than that. It did a 677x. So had you put in $1,000, you'd been able to buy a beautiful house. Had you put in $2,000, you'd have made 1.3 million. Now, I'll find another Phantom, and when I do, I'm not going to do a Udemy course like last time. I'm simply going to go onto the site. I'm going to tell the members all about it. I'm going to tell them what gains I think it can have, and I'm going to tell them what percentage of my portfolio I'm going to put into this, and they can copy along. They can make the same gains. If that interests you, if you want to take the work out of it for yourself and just do that, go check the site out now. And remember that everything on the site you can compare against the YouTube channel's history, so you can confirm everything for yourself. And maybe I'll see you guys there. Links in the description as well, by the way. So Avalanche currently priced at basically $11. Market cap 3.4 billion. Now, all-time high was about 136 bucks or so. I do think Avalanche can run up to 150, and I'll explain why. So, firstly, Avalanche is a layer one, and it's really a lot faster, way better throughput than Ethereum by a country mile. They aim to do up to 6,500 transactions per second, while not compromising scalability. They are a smart contract platform, obviously, and they have 3 individual blockchains. They have the X chain, the C chain, and the P chain, and each one has a distinct purpose. Avalanche's blockchains use different consensus mechanisms based on their use cases as well. So what it does is allow for better throughput, because fundamentally each chain has a specific job. So you've got X chain is used to send and receive funds on the Avalanche network. You've got P chain, where AVAX is used for staking AVAX and becoming a validator potentially, and C chain is for DeFi. So it's the chain used for smart contracting DeFi apps. Most of Avalanche's dApps are housed here and compatible with MetaMask. So again, those 3 different chains allow for a better throughput, because fundamentally they have a specific job. Now, when you look at Avalanche right now, they've went through a bunch of different funding rounds. They went through their seed sale, where in 2019, where they raised 6 million from VC firms like Andreessen Horowitz, Polychain, Metastable, and Initialized Capital. as well as Balaji, as well as individuals like Balaji Srinivasan, Naval Ravikant, and Ramtin Nami of Abstract Ventures. Then they had a staking round in 2020. This raised 12 million in a private sale. Participants were Galaxy Digital, Bitmain, Initialized Capital again, NGC Ventures, and Dragonfly Capital, and others. And then in the summer of 2020, for the token sale, they did a public token sale, which raised, a lot. In fact, it raised 37.5 mil. And the public sale, obviously, was all the public. But tons of different initial investors. That is worth bearing in mind because fundamentally, those early investors are going to have a lot of AVAX. I mean, hell, those people who got in on the seed sale, it was 33 cents per AVAX. So bear in mind right now we're at $11. That's about 30x. Here you've got 20x from the staking round. Hell, even from the public token sale, it's about a 20x. It's not much less than that. And the maximum check size was 5 grand. So with the 20x, nice easy 100 grand. So Avalanche has had a lot of early investors, and then when we look at Avalanche right now, we can see who are involved. Now, obviously, Three Arrows had some holdings, and Three Arrows obviously collapsed. But Polychain, CMS, Dragonfly, and Moon River, Polychain, CMS, and Dragonfly all hold Avalanche, and presumably, I would imagine Andreessen Horowitz and everyone else still hold some. In terms of lockup period, for this, let's have a look because they might share that. Benchmarks, events, don't want any of that. I just want info about tokenomics. Fine. So no info about tokenomics. So then we can check out the white paper. I'm sure there's something somewhere. Token. So we've got the abstracts, minting functions. So then we've got percentage. Okay, so years since Genesis, you can see based on the amount of AVAX that's staked, how long it will take for the percentage of the total cap to be reached. So to get to 100% of the entire AVAX supply, you're still looking at 20 years, north of 20 years before all of the Avalanche is actually out, and that's if 100% of it's always staked, which inevitably there won't be. So, the token distribution model is going to be nice and slow like Bitcoin. So we're not going to see tons dumped on the market at any one point, or we shouldn't. That bodes really, really well because that's something that does collapse market caps very easily when these seed investors can just dump on the market. Now, Avalanche, talk about their desire for accelerating adoption and growth, which given their layering solution, not layering solution, given their blockchain, given their layer one is fast, given their layer one is insanely cheap, there's going to be a clamoring for developers to come here, and there has been really. When you look at the ecosystem of Avalanche, you can see that there has been real growth in all of Avalanche over the past year. Like it's genuinely been one of the fastest growing networks, and it's no surprise really, given their speed, given the cheapness to run anything on there. Not a shock, is it? Not a shock. Now, one thing that I'm surprised I've not seen, but I'm sure it's got to be somewhere, is I've not seen a a incentivization program for like a grant system for developers. However, I am certain that Avalanche will have that up and running somewhere. I'd be very, very shocked not to see uh, an incentivization system so that people come and build. They've got bug bounties and stuff. Um, and they've got a lot of bug bounties, but we're not seeing anything um about incentivization. Now that to me is a concern, but not a huge concern because Avalanche is now so strong in terms of the ecosystem. It's so strong in terms of network. It's so fast. It's so cheap. It's grown so fast over the past year, um, or the past 2 years that I don't really think I don't think they need to incentivize in the same way that some projects do, but they should have that in place. And if they don't, I do expect that to come into fruition over the next couple of years. The key thing for Avalanche fundamentally to break back up to $150 is growth. It's just, making sure the security in the network is good, making sure those bridges are not susceptible to hacks. Because we have seen a hack recently, but that was a DeFi um, hack. I think it was Bifrost. There was might not be Bifrost, but there's a DeFi hack built on Avalanche, but it was down to the private key of the owner being accessed. So it wasn't the bridges like an Avalanche bridge susceptibility. That they need to make sure they're secure. They need to make sure that they grow as well. We really want to see strong DeFi protocols coming onto Avalanche more and more and more. I want to see incentivization. So if I missed it, I'll have another look over the next couple of days. I can't imagine they don't have some sort of grant program for building that. But if they don't, that's something that needs to be pushed. And if they get that up and running, combined with everything else, why the hell wouldn't it hit $150? They've not had, Solana got wrecked because of the association with FTX. Avalanche isn't associated with anything that's really going to drag it down. So $150 is its previous high. Why can't it hit that? That would put it at a market cap of like 47 billion, something like that, which is not outside the realms of possibility at all. For one of the strongest layering solutions. It still won't pass Ethereum, but it will pick up some market share that Ethereum potentially lose or that drops off. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think I'm underestimating it? Do you think 150 is not enough? Let me know in the comments. And guys, if you want to see the coins I own right now, go to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share my portfolio. I share with the members in real time anytime I buy or sell a coin. Release videos on a daily basis talking about the markets. Have tutorials set up so that anyone that's brand new to crypto can learn and get into crypto. And guys, we have a history of success on the channel, on the site. We've had big wins on the site. We've had big wins on the channel. No one in 2020 spoke about Phantom. I said this would 100x. I did a Udemy course dedicated to the fact it would 100x. I had a market cap at the time of like $9 million, something like that. And I was certain it would be a beast. And it did 677 times gain. I'll find another one. And when I do, the members are going to find out about it. The members are going to find out what I think it can reach, what percentage of my money I'm putting in. And if they want, they can copy along and make the same gains. If you want to take the work out of it for yourself, the research out of it for yourself, and if you just want to copy along, you can do that. All you have to do is go to the site, read through, and remember everything you read, you can verify yourself on the YouTube channel's history. So guys, there's a link above me. Type it in, go take a look, and I'll see you there. Bye-bye.